Hello, and thanks for joining us for another episode of MidAmerican Gardener. I'm your host, Tanisha Spain, and as you can see, we are out of the studio, and this week we're at the Idea Garden for a special pledge show. And the weather's beautiful. We've had a great time out here so far. I'm joined right now by Gwen Rudy. Now, you do the tours here at the Idea Garden, right?
That's right. I'm a Champaign County Master Gardener, and one of the things that I do as a volunteer is organize the tours that happen out here at the Idea Garden.
Now, this is such a great space. We were talking before about how people come here, that not everyone who visits here is a gardener. Some people just stop here to maybe quietly reflect. This is a great space for the community just to come and visit.
It absolutely is. This is a demonstration garden, which means that the master gardeners out here are demonstrating different ideas that people can use in their gardens at home, or maybe a plant at home if they don't have the space for a whole garden. But it really serves a lot of different purposes for people who visit here. Lots of people come by after work for a little quiet time.
Yes. And the name Idea Garden tells its whole story about coming here to see what you can do, get ideas for your own yard.
Yeah, the master gardeners spend a lot of time each season planning out what will be grown in each section. Sometimes we're putting together plants that are common to people in different combinations, and sometimes it's finding an unusual plant or an unusual way of growing something that people may not have seen before.
Gotcha. Now, with the tours, you could be out here all day.
Yes.
And you said you try to keep the tours under an hour or to about 45 minutes or so.
Yes.
How do you know which things to hit on your tour? Because there's so much. You could be, I mean, you could spend 8 hours doing a tour here.
You're right,
So
you're
how do you
right.
choose?
It's very difficult. We've got about 20 different sections out here at the Idea Garden. Each have their own theme, their own color scheme, their own mixture of herbaceous plants, trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals. So unfortunately, we have to be a little selective and we can't hit everything. But one of the things that we always like to point out is our plants have labels. So there's lots of opportunities for people to continue in a later visit if they want to, learning about the plants that we have. And we also try to put signs out too as master gardeners here in the garden. So if a plant is being eaten by an insect, or if something hasn't quite worked out the way that we think it will, or if the section just wants to highlight something cool that they've got going on, you'll see larger signs around the garden that help explain that.
And I love that
too.
because it's practical and things aren't always going to work, or things will spread too aggressively. And so I love that it's real. You get to see how they actually are going to behave in your garden.
Yep, this is not a perfect show garden. It's a place where we get to do gardening as a practice.
As a practice.
The master gardeners.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So we are going to visit the children's section, the native section. Tell us a little bit more about some of the other areas out here that exist in the Idea Garden.
Yeah, the vegetable garden is a very popular section. They are doing some neat practices with their growing of the vegetables. They've used very simple materials to try to get the vegetables to grow more vertically, because that's a great way to save space in your garden, which is often at a premium for people.
Yes.
So these are very easily obtained materials that people can put in their own garden very easily without a lot of expense. They also do no-till organic gardening. So that means when they harvest something, they're often cutting it off at the ground level so that the soil doesn't get disturbed when they do the harvest. All of the vegetables throughout the summer too are also donated to local charitable organizations.
Wow.
So,
now that is incredible.
Yes.
So many hands out here, I'm sure, make light work. Let's talk a little bit about that. How many volunteers does it take to keep this place running all summer?
Yeah, about 6,000 volunteer hours will go into the garden between April and November every year. Yes, so it's a very dedicated volunteer effort to keep the garden looking the way that it does.
And as far as the produce goes and the things that you guys donate, I'm sure that's weighed, and so you guys probably keep track of that. A lot of produce comes out of here, I'm sure?
Yes, I cannot give you an exact number right now, but it's a sizable amount of produce every summer.
Wonderful. And all of that stays local?
It does,
Wow.
yes. They go to different charities in Champaign County.
Wonderful. That's incredible. Now, volunteers, you mentioned 6,000 hours between April and November. Are there a lot of people that are out here working, a lot of master gardeners?
Yeah, there's about there are about 150 master gardeners in Champaign County, and about 50 of them put in hours here at our volunteer hours here at the Idea Garden.
And I love that everyone's sort of split up to maybe what their
Yes.
passion is. The children's
Yes.
garden folks, the vegetable garden folks.
Yep.
That's a really great way to keep things organized and
It is.
streamlined.
Yeah, there's a lot of non-growing season work that goes into the idea garden.
Oh,
A
I'm
lot of
sure.
planning in the off season during the winter. One thing I'll mention too is the different sections have different times that they all come out together to do their gardening work. And whenever you're out here and you see a master gardener, people should feel free to ask them questions or just say hello and talk to them. We really enjoy interacting with the public when we're out here.
Yes, you got every time I've come out here, everyone has been very friendly, and a lot of times I've been approached with someone saying, "Do you like that?" or "Do you have this at your house?" So yeah, always a really nice time out here with the Master Gardeners. Now there's a trial program out here as well. Tell us a little bit about what that is and how that works.
It's very cool. There's a plant company, Proven Winners, and we are we're the only volunteer site that does trial growing for them. So what that means is plants that are in development for them, we actually get a sneak peek at growing them for the season.
So they're not even on the market?
Yes. About half of the plants that are over in the section are, and then the other half are newer plants.
Wow.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So our volunteers, we plant them and then perform evaluations throughout the growing season to see how they're doing, and then share that information back with the company.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So heavily involved in, and I'm sure those things are like how it grows in this growing climate, and just you guys have to take notes and give reports on how it goes.
Yep. Things like lots of flowers, it looked beautiful, but then something happened. Or this was a great plant that was amazing all summer. We would all definitely plant this in our own gardens. That kind of feedback.
So cool to know that that data coming out of here kind of plays into what we can get when we go to the nurseries.
Yes.
That's really cool.
It's a really cool sneak peek sometimes.
Awesome. Awesome. So more on the spirit of the Idea Garden. How long have you worked here, and what brought you to volunteer here?
I've been a volunteer since 2021, and I really enjoy being out here and gardening with the same group of people regularly, as well as learning about plants. The Idea Garden is such a great laboratory for us master gardeners to improve our own knowledge of plants and what they need and different techniques. One of the plants that we point out on the tour is a Chinese juniper on the north border, and the volunteers that work on that border have pruned it in a style of pruning called cloud pruning.
Ooh.
Yes, so it's supposed to look like clouds over the prairie.
We'll have to check that out.
Yes.
And I love too that no matter when you come here, between spring and November, it's going to look different, and there'll be something else to see, and there'll be something else to experience. Talk a little bit about that. What is that like for you to come out here and experience that all the time?
Yeah, well, I think all of the sections try really hard to have 4 seasons of interest. So even if we're not out here in the garden in February or January, there may be still some plants out here that look cool, like the dogwood, or other grasses that are still interesting looking during the winter. But yeah, it really is just an interesting progression throughout the whole growing season of different blooms, different plants, different things that need pruning at different times.
Now, if you were to talk to someone who has never been out here or does not know anything about the Idea Garden, and you had to do the elevator speech, what would you tell them? What is the point, the reason, the mission of the Idea Garden?
Yeah, it's a demonstration garden where you can come out and spend some time with plants, gather some ideas that you may wish to take back home to your own garden. But really, this is just a celebration of gardening that the Champaign County Master Gardeners are happy to share with people.
And let's talk a little bit about some of the vegetables that do grow here. What do you?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot,
Yes.
but let's name a few. Let's talk about some of those.
Sure. Well, from here where I'm standing, I can see chives and leeks and Swiss chard. One of the other things that the vegetable section does is they do a lot of interplanting of things. So alyssum, I can see some marigolds, and these have a couple different purposes. It's ground cover, but it also encourages the pollinators to come in with some of these flowers too. So it's a very cool, lush-looking garden.
And I love that, like you said, this is a real working laboratory. So sometimes things are not going to work, and that's okay. A lot of people, when they're just getting started, you get frustrated if something dies or it doesn't grow well. And it's okay. Like that's part of the journey, right? So
yes, it is.
Take it out, try something new, and then go from there.
Yep. It's a practice. It's one of the things that all of the gardeners here learn, you know, some losses are sadder than others, I think, when something doesn't work out.
Sure, sure.
But we have a lot of master gardeners who are very interested in a particular kind of plant or have a particular kind of expertise. And it's really cool to see them bring that to the Idea Garden as well.
So if I have an area of my yard that is particularly shady, will I be able to find something here?
You will, although most of the garden is full sun.
Okay, okay.
We have a couple design principles. One of them is that plants shouldn't be taller than the top of the gazebo here.
Gotcha.
So you'll notice we do have some trees, but they're on the shorter side. So the garden is designed so that it looks cohesive when you're approaching from a distance.
Ooh.
And then as you get closer, you can pick out individual plants and individual swathes of color and things like that.
So everything's very intentional.
It is intentional. Yeah, we have a few corners where there are some shade plants, but most of it is full sun.
Okay. And what do you want the community to know? If you were just going to broadcast, you know, about the Idea Garden, what do you want people to know about this place?
That it is a place where they're welcome to come for whatever reason they would like to visit. We have people who come on their lunch break and just spend a little time in the Serenity Garden, which is that section over there, sitting on the bench, having their lunch. We have other people who are really serious gardeners who come and get like ideas about the plants that they want to put in their own gardens, and then everything in between. So this is a community resource that we hope people will enjoy visiting.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that and spending time with us, and let's go check out the rest of the garden. And we've been talking a lot about perennials, but annuals are a big part of the summer too.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this bed, because you said there's a nice mix of both here.
Yeah, we're over here on the east border of the Idea Garden, and this border has done a lot of work of adding in more perennials in the last few years with the goal of being more sustainable in mind. So the annuals in this section are all reds, yellows, oranges, really punchy sunset colors. And then they found perennial plants to intersperse with those annuals to really cut down on the amount of watering that needs to happen and to provide a framework for the annuals that are in this garden area.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. And so this is just a really nice way to show how you can intersperse those.
Yeah, yep. And we've got a mix of shrubs and even a small tree here with the catalpa tree in this section and in this area.
And when this grows in and it gets really full, that is going to be gorgeous.
Yes. One other thing that I'll highlight here is we've got one of our signs. So this section has a few signs up about different sorts of pollinators. So as I was saying before, we put these in as an educational tool for people to visit the garden to learn more about certain things.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at these down here, because these are gorgeous too.
Yeah, so you can really see the color contrasts as we get up to this corner. And some of these plants are going to be very familiar to people, and some might be a little less familiar. So the spiderwort right now is that really chartreuse green with the violet purple colors. Coral bells or heuchera. A false sunflower.
That is pretty.
Yes.
I've never seen the foliage look like that before.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yep. And then the American arbor vitae in the background is that pinky green color right now.
And this is all full sun? This takes full sun all day?
This is all full sun.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Really pretty. And again, just that importance of mixing in some of those annuals and perennials, and the color scheme here is just really, really nice.
Yeah, so we do try to design the beds with an eye for design. So that means putting different colors next to each other, different leaf textures, heights of plants. These are all things that the master gardeners are considering. And we also have an Idea Garden website too.
Very nice. Thanks so much, Gwen, for showing us around. Now we're going to go check out what's growing in the children's garden.
Thank you for joining us for MidAmerican Gardener tonight. My name's Erin Lippitz. I'm the Major Gifts Director here at Illinois Public Media.
Hi, and I'm Amanda Hill. I'm the Membership Manager here at Illinois Public Media. It's so good to be here today.
Yeah, we're out of the studio.
The dynamic duo is back.
I knew you were going to say that. We are happy to be back together, but also just out of the studio
Always.
In such a gorgeous location.
It is perfect. Don't mind a little wind. We might have a little, supermodel hair going, but that's just us anyway. But
we are out in the Idea Garden on
Yes.
the University of Illinois campus because Tanisha and our panel of experts have been out here filming all morning. We have joined them to do our little breaks here.
Yeah.
And what a gorgeous location for us to be in.
It's beautiful. I have not been here, I'm embarrassed to say. It's at least been 5 years, younger kids. That adorable children's garden, I keep catching my eye. It's so sweet. I wish I had young kids again.
Yeah.
I missed the boat here. This is such a beautiful, now that summer's happening too, school's out, like what a great field trip with the kids.
It is
or
great.
the dogs. I saw a couple dogs earlier. You have Japan House next door.
Yeah, Japan House and the Arboretum over there. Those are absolutely worth a trip as well. So if you come over to visit at the Idea Garden, and you can tell how popular it is right now.
Yes.
All the people that are coming and going. We've already seen a couple dog walkers in here. Tanisha had to pet a dog. It was really cute.
That was cute.
Yeah, but we're happy to be out here. It's one of my favorite places to be, and our dog loves it as well.
Yes, it is beautiful. And it's just fun for us to get out of the studio. Our jobs do allow us to do a lot of different things throughout the day, which is fun, but this is definitely a highlight. Coming out of the studio, coming to talk to all of our viewers and listeners. We know there's such a huge support base for MidAmerican Gardener, so it's always great to get out and say hi.
I'm regretting a little bit no sunscreen today. Yes. That would have been a good addition to this.
I don't know, my 80s child is like, yes, this feels amazing.
It is good. It's great to be out here. Yeah. But Amanda and I are here today because the end of our fiscal year is fast approaching. And as many of you know, this past year has been kind of rough for public media stations across the country, including ours. Federal funding for public media was rescinded this past July, and that caused real uncertainty for our stations. In the aftermath of that crisis, in the immediate aftermath of that crisis, we came on TV, we came on the radio and asked for our donors, our viewers, our listeners to rescue us. And rescue us you did.
Yes.
Our community came out, showed incredible support, and helped us stay strong in the months that followed. But now we're here tonight asking you to help us build a new future. We're past the crisis part of the defunding, and now it's about maintaining a sustaining service, but with your help. Support from our viewers like you is essential for our programming right now. The defunding left WILL with a $1.5 million deficit in our budget, and that's $1.5 million annually that we're gonna have to replace year after year after year. And so today, sustainers, new and longtime donors, please continue to support us. Our programs and services here at WILL are sustainable when you, give and keep on giving. You can do that right now at willgive.org or 217-244-9455.
Sustainers truly are the backbone of public media. It's your monthly support that ensures future funding. And in these uncertain times, it's really wonderful to know that we'll be able to future fund programs like MidAmerican Gardener, Prairie Fire, State of Change, all the local shows. So, and I do want to echo her sentiments. We can't thank you all enough. We have seen so much support since last summer when this news kicked in. So we just want to say thank you so much. But yes, we still need to hear from more of you. So if you've always wanted to become a friend of WILL, today is your day. Today's the day. And the best way to do that is to come in as a sustaining member. Our friends of WILL, you set that amount that is comfortable for you, $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever fits your budget, and you set it and forget it. It's truly that easy. And it's automatic, it's dependable. So, if you want to pick credit card, that's a great way to come in every month. EFT, that's directly from your bank account. The most secure, some would argue. No, credit cards to, suspend or, expire. And then if you're like Aaron and I, and you work for the university, payroll deduction. I don't even see it's missing from my paycheck every month. And truly that support, it supports us for months to come and years to come. And we want to make sure this MidAmerican Gardener keeps going strong. We'd love to hear from you today, 217-244-9455. You can go online to willgive.org, and we'd love to hear from you today.
Yeah, and your sustaining donation supports educational programming like MidAmerican Gardener. The WIL stations and PBS have a long history of educational programming. In fact, it's one of the pillars of the WIL stations for 104 years now. Wow. MidAmerican Gardener is just one example of the quality educational programming you'll find on WIL TV. And it's made right here in our studio in Urbana, or sometimes like today, out on location on the University of Illinois campus. MidAmerican Gardener brings experts to you every week to answer your gardening questions, and they give you in-depth information about our zone and region, so you have everything you need to know to help your garden grow. If you'd like to support this today, give us a call, 217-244-9455, and go online to willgive.org.
And of course, we have thank you gifts.
That's right.
The trusty MidAmerican Gardener coffee mug, that beautiful terracotta mug, just $7 a month, or a one-time gift of $84.
Mug.
It's so cute. And like Father's Day coming up, or all the gardeners in your life, it's such a great gift too. And then we have a new book. It's exciting for us because, we go through these gardener books a lot. This one's called From the Garden. And it's a cookbook highlighting fresh veggies and fruits, and assuming most people's flower gardens are kind of underway, but maybe you're waiting for crops, or maybe you're deciding you're still gonna have a late summer garden, this is a perfect gift for you. Just $10 a month or a one-time donation of $120 a month. And don't forget, with that $5, it's a passport benefit too.
That's right.
So you get so much bang for your buck, and you truly are supporting us, for the months to come. So we'd love to hear from you today. 217-244-9455, or you can go online to willgive.org. We would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we are in the children's garden. I'm joined by Master Gardener Judy Deers. Now tell us a little bit about you. You manage the children's garden?
I'm a co-chair.
Co-chair.
With my friend Margaret. And so.
How long have you been a Master Gardener?
Since 2018.
Wow, okay.
But I've been coming to the children's garden for a lot longer than that. And I came here when my kids were little toddlers and fell in love with it.
Oh.
And so
Now it's become part of your mission.
It seemed like the right place for me to garden.
Now, for those who have never been here, what is the mission or the purpose of the children's garden? What do you want kids to do when they come in here?
Yeah, so in children's, we like to see kids connect with nature. So we try to have a garden that's bright and colorful and interactive, so that the kids can come in and have fun and, play outdoors.
Yes,
And that's our main goal, get them to enjoy the outdoors. And along with that, we'll hopefully develop some curiosity about the plants. And
now you guys are very intentional about how this is set up. Each little nook and cranny is so beautifully designed for kids.
I'm glad
you guys were very thoughtful in this. So let's show us around. Let's show us some of the spaces that you guys have here designed for the kids.
So the other part of our mission, because we want to educate the public, and so the other thing is that we want to show the parents things they can do in their own backyard that are inexpensive, easy to do, no power tools required, and get the kids to continue playing outdoors at home.
Still establish that connection with nature at home. Okay, wonderful.
So over here we have a rainbow garden that's all made out of flowers. And I know from my own kids that that's something they talk about in about second grade, the colors of the rainbow. So we have red, orange, yellow, green with the bushes, blue and violet behind that. And hopefully people come back week after week. So if you come in a few more weeks, this will be bursting with color. Right now the flowers have just been planted and are very small.
That's the beautiful part about spring, right? We get to, like you said, if you show up in a week, it'll look like a completely different garden.
That's right.
And I love the signage here throughout. I saw on another part the pictures, and that seems like that would really work with kids. The elephant ears and the different pictures that were over there. This tunnel caught my eye too.
The tunnel it's our secret tunnel. So we have these nasturtium vines that will grow up, and we've tried different kinds of vines every year, but the vines will hopefully cover the tunnel and make it a little secret path that they can run through. Pro tip, it's a great way to get pictures of kids who don't want to pose. If you stand at the exit and you get the kids as they're coming out of the tunnel.
There you go. There you go. So you are the master of the children's garden.
That's
and so here we've got a little fairy nook where kids can play. This is adorable.
This is probably the favorite space for kids. And all we did is take some old stumps and paint them with bright colors, some little, artificial flowers for the kids to play with. And the fairies themselves are just made with pipe cleaners and beads and yarn. And we actually, a bunch of us got together during the winter, had a little party and just made a whole bunch of these.
Very nice.
So it's something that, you could do at home with your kid.
Now,
Make
when
it-
you pop in and you see kids here playing throughout the summer, what is that like for you?
Yeah, it's fun to see what they're drawn to and what's working and what's not so interesting. And then also, it's always fun to see where things like this and we have some little animals and the flowers, where they end up. They get moved all over the garden, and you'll find them in surprising places. So,
Which is good, right? That's
Yeah.
evidence that someone was here playing and having a good time.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
wonderful. All right.
Yep.
What else would you like to show us in the children's garden? There's so much here to talk about.
There is. This is our little prairie. So we're planting prairie grasses, some goldenrod, and we have stumps so the kids can actually climb back in there and feel the grasses tickle their legs and just experience being in a little petite prairie.
I love that. You are actually, you want the kids to get in there and experience this. Because a lot of times, you know, if we're at grandma's house or even at my house, I tell the kids, watch out for my flowers, be careful.
Yep.
You want them in there playing on these stumps and kind of having some fun in there. Very nice.
Yay. That's it.
That's it, huh?
Perfect.
And then the teepee, this is incredible.
This is just some branches. We actually, a friend of the garden donated those birch branches, and you could use anything. We used to have bamboo, but you could just use any kind of poles, tie them together at the top. And then we have this black-eyed Susan vine that will grow up, and by midsummer, it'll be covering this.
Oh my gosh.
And it makes a really neat little secret hideaway
Nice.
for the kids to play in.
I've seen people do this with sunflowers.
Uh-huh.
But this
Yes,
is interesting.
Yes, you can
so
tie them together.
do you have to train these? I see you've got some.
We have a little bit of twine, and that mostly is just to get them started going up, and then they'll take off. They'll grow all the way to the top.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this when it's fully grown in. And this is one of those things, just like the tunnel, that you could do this at home.
Yes.
You could make this at home for the littles and give them a place to run and play. Very nice.
We have a little library with children's books in it. So sometimes we find books that have been left in here,
Oh, wow.
and the kids can come in and, you know, couple kids could fit in there and they could read to each other.
Very nice. This is a very nice little nook in the garden.
Yep.
This is the picture, the little picture garden that I was
Okay.
talking about that I really, really liked. Let's see some of these.
So
What a great way for them to remember.
we just think it's funny that a lot of plants have names that it reference some part of an animal that people thought they looked like. So obviously the lamb's ear is soft and fuzzy like a lamb. We have these little flowers are on the purple.
You
it
know,
looks
I
like
do
the
kind of
base
see
of a
it. If you
bat.
use your imagination, I do see a bat. Is that fuchsia?
No,
that it?
it's kufia.
Kufia. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Other things, we have a little mini hosta that has small little round leaves that someone thought looked like mouse ears.
Mm-hmm.
This will be cardinal flower that has bright red flowers that look like a cardinal in flight.
Very
So,
nice.
and you know, snapdragons, the bunny tail has little seed heads that look like the tail of a bunny. It's all kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, but fun and memorable. And if I'm a kid and I'm in here, I'm going to remember that that's lamb's ear because it sounds practical. So
Yeah.
very nice.
The squirrel tail gets a lot of attention because it just grows so abundantly. We have to keep cutting it back. And on these stalks, it will have long, purple, fluffy flowers
Oh.
that kind of droop over and look like the tail of a squirrel. They're bushy.
So this is a
So-
great place to come all throughout the summer because it's just going to change
It
so much.
changes every week. There's something different blooming, and so yeah, we encourage people to keep coming back.
Now, why do you keep coming back? Why is this such a special place for you, specifically the Children's Garden?
I think it's really nice because no matter when you come to work, there's almost always a couple kids around. And it's really fun to show them something that they've maybe never seen before, and just to see how they play. It's just very rewarding.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, thank you so much for the tour.
Yeah.
And this is lovely in here. Thank you for the work that you do.
Oh.
And we're going to go check out the rest of the Idea Garden. So thank you,
Awesome.
Judy. It was lovely to meet you.
You too. Thank you.
That was a great segment about the children's garden here at the Idea Garden. And we were mentioning it earlier because Amanda hadn't been here forever.
Since little kids, and
Since little
my
kids.
last one just graduated high school. Probably should admit that. Sorry, Idea Garden. But yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to start making this a regular spot. Good walk in. This garden is so cute. There's a little library over there. I don't know if they showed you that on the tour. I'm
Yep.
sure. I hope. But it's so sweet. I just think those are so cute. It's a fun place.
It is a great place to bring your family, and also something educational for me,
Yes.
especially because I can't grow anything.
Me too.
The labels, all the plants
Oh,
are
yes.
labeled really nicely.
Yes.
So anytime I come
You're
here,
so
I see
right.
something, I'm like, that is gorgeous,
Yes.
or I would eat that because we're in the vegetable garden
yes,
right now.
right.
What is it? It's nice to be able to look down and see exactly what that is.
You're
that
so right.
does not mean that I can keep it alive.
No, but I can send a picture to my mother-in-law who's a master gardener and be like, I would
I
like
tried.
this in my
Yeah.
front yard, please. Let's get this.
Yeah.
No, that's really fun. This is, I mean, we see people over here working, being busy,
Yeah.
planting stuff. I mean, it's just such a fun place to be right now. I know, summer, I guess, technically started last weekend because it was Memorial Day, but I feel like for me,
Well,
now
yeah.
that it's starting now because all the kids are out of school, and I just feel like, let's go summer. So
Yeah.
time to plant and be out in the sunshine.
And we're having some gorgeous weather right
We
now.
really
so if
are.
there's a perfect time to visit the Arboretum, the Idea Garden, the Japan House, it is right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
come take a tour yourself.
Absolutely. And we know that you can tune in to Will TV every Thursday to get advice about gardening and learn more about what you need to do in our zone of Illinois. And not only is this show a great resource for people who live in our immediate area, but it's also broadcast on 6 additional stations in the state.
Which is so cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the WIL stations
Love it.
have a broad reach throughout Illinois, and they offer free and accessible programs and services to everyone. It's your donations that keep our stations community focused and community funded. And when you make a donation today, you're making more than just a financial donation. You are making a statement that public media matters to you and that it belongs to the people that it serves. So I hope you'll continue supporting the great and valuable resources we have here at the WIL stations and Illinois Public Media, and make a donation today. 217-244-9455, or you go online to willgive.org.
And we know that a lot of you are watching and listening to support all our stations. We have the AM, FM radio, PBS, NPR, all of our education stuff. We do so much, and it is truly because of listeners and viewers and supporters like you. So we do thank you. At just $5 a month, you can start a donation and get this lovely Patterns magazine.
Now,
Actually,
that's next month.
Yeah,
but
this is
that's
next
coming
month.
soon.
Mine just came in the mail. So for those of you already getting, they're arriving. We also have a digital version if you're not into the paper, but this kind of gives you a schedule of everything going on all of our stations, the radio,
All the
everything
stations.
going on. So that's fun. And it's just fun to have fun mail, isn't it? That's not a bill. And then of course at $5, that's right, you're automatically getting our Passport streaming benefit, which is by far the most popular benefit of all. I mean, we have all of you Downton Abbey lovers. That's come back for
We
everybody.
know there's
right?
thousands, possibly millions of you
Possibly
out there.
millions,
Because we still get
yes.
phone calls about how can I watch Downton
Yes.
Abbey? Well, right now it's on the PBS video app
is.
with an active Passport account.
Yes,
and
just
I
$5 a
just
month.
finished binging the whole series. All 6
I
seasons
just
are
finished
up.
Monte Cristo, so that was
Also a
that's-
great show.
which I'm hearing from so many, like more
Yeah.
of this. That was
Yeah.
so well done. So, and MidAmerican Gardener. I mean, you can go watch your favorite. Maybe you missed something, go back and watch it again. Passport is truly, it just unlocks thousands of PBS shows, current and past, and just $5. I mean, you
$5 a
really
month.
can't beat that. $8 a month, you get all of that plus an NPR bundle. So,
Yeah.
we're trying to give something for everybody, or $10 a month and get that From the Garden book. Check out the veggies and the fruits in your backyard, put them in a salad, put them in a soup. Voila.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'd love to hear from you today, 217-244-9455, or go online to willgive.org. We would love to have more friends of WILL.
That's right. And if you're a current sustaining member, maybe consider increasing your donation this month to help us with our end of the fiscal year fundraising. Maybe you're giving $8 or $9. Maybe you can raise that up to $10 or $11. And like Amanda said,
Yeah.
$10 a month, or that one-time gift of $120 you get from the garden. We know you're going to have bumper crops this summer in your garden because of all the great advice you're getting from MidAmerican Gardener, Tanisha, and our expert panelists. So that book is just going to give you some great ideas on how to utilize all those fresh fruits and veggies that are coming out of that bumper to bumper garden, bumper to
Love
bumper
it.
crops.
Yes,
Bumper
good.
crops? There we
Yes,
go.
bumper crops. Say, I'm not the gardener. I'm not sure.
Neither am I, and it shows.
No.
But our sustaining members are so essential to help us plan for our future programming, because you are the ones providing that steady and reliable income funds that the government no longer provides us. Those steady, those consistent donations allow us to invest in long-term projects because we know the funds will be there for us later. And you also help bring our administrative costs down because we're not printing and mailing you reminders and letters and saying, hey, do you want to continue with Passport? So your entire donation goes to support all of the programs you love at Illinois Public Media and on the WILL stations. I hope you make a donation today. Keep supporting the great programs here at WILL 217-244-9455 or online at willgive.org. Thank you.
This is the native plant section of the Idea Garden, and I'm joined now with Lisa Damon. So you take care of this section, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, how long have you been a master gardener taking care of the Idea Garden?
I've been a master gardener for just over 5 years, and in terms of this native plant section, I've been responsible for almost about 4 years.
Okay, so you know this section well.
I do know this section.
This is your area.
It is, and we started with a blank slate just over 4 years ago. Blank, nothing in this section at all, and we had some ideas and some plans of putting all native plants that are native to Illinois and also pollinator friendly in this section as a way to demonstrate to homeowners how some of those plants might be incorporated into their home gardens.
We talk a lot about natives and pollinators on our show just to be good stewards, but can you tell us a little bit more about natives and why it's important to show people what they look like and how they could behave in your own landscape?
Sure. A couple important reasons. One is that they're well suited to our climate and our natural environments here in Illinois, which makes them probably a little bit easier to care for. All the plants that we have featured here are perennials, so they will be hopefully coming back from year to year, but also they are suited to the temperature and the rainfall patterns that we have here in Illinois.
Wonderful.
Another important reason is that they support a broad range of local species of insects or birds or other types of pollinator.
So that native theme just keeps running throughout the insects. It's a running through line through the whole process.
It is.
Wow,
it really
that is fascinating. That is fascinating. So you've been here since the very beginning, helped design this and everything.
Yes.
Wow. So let's talk about some of the plants that have been established, because like you said, when you get those perennials established and off they go, then you don't have to work so hard. And we love low maintenance gardening.
Right.
So,
well, low maintenance doesn't mean no maintenance. And I think that's one of the lessons that we've learned here. We started with one of the sort of design plans that you can find online or other places that show you, here are particular plants and here's how to arrange them. And we thought, well, let's start with this recipe and then see where it takes us.
Yes.
And it's been great.
And sometimes it's not, which we'll get to that later on.
Yeah,
Trial and error,
exactly.
Right? So let's talk about what we've got.
Yeah, we have a variety of things. We have smooth blue aster, this patch in the back. That was one of our original planting sections here. We have rough blazing star, which one year we had some animals who enjoyed feasting on some of those plants,
down,
but then they've come back, and like that second year, I thought, well, maybe we lost them, but now in year 4, they're really surviving. We have the foxglove beard tongue, which is looking like beautiful blooms right now.
Yes.
It's a little bit early bloomer. We have prairie dropseed mixed in. These are a little bit smaller plants that we've divided and moved around, but those really create a nice buffer around native plants to provide some support, and they just have a very lovely fall to the
And
to the
they
leaves.
choke out those weeds.
They do.
That's
they really
part.
do. And these patches we have of the pale purple coneflower have just been a stunning part of this section. This area started with what I think were probably 5, maybe 4-inch pots.
Oh my
of
gosh.
Small,
so they
of
love
small-
it here.
They love it here,
They
and
love it
and
here.
we love them too. We've seen birds on these plants and all kinds of different pollinators.
Coneflower is so pretty.
Yes, purple, pale purple coneflower.
Very nice, very nice. Down to the geranium here.
Yeah, this was a geranium. It bloomed already this spring. It was an addition to our original recipe. We talked about my volunteer helpers and I talked about how you have a recipe and you start with the recipe, but then over time maybe you add your own extra spices to it or your own extra elements to it. That we felt like we needed some plants that bloomed earlier in the spring. And even though the wild geranium tends to be a shade-loving plant, it's really thrived here, which has been nice.
That's the coolest part about when you're installing something. You get to literally see what works, what doesn't, how it's going to behave, and so you win some, you lose some, right?
Exactly.
Now I have to say, I've noticed this is all very mature, very full, very dense, and then this section here looks new. So let's talk about what happened here. And this can happen at home, right?
Yes.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, just like if you're moving into a new home and you don't know what previous owners have planted. We started this section at the same time, all with these kind of small 4-inch kind of plug plants. And we discovered probably last fall that there was a big rubber mat that had been installed under this section. Previously, there were some tropical plants that were showcased here at the Idea Garden, and one of the ideas for those was to create a more
like
a wetter habitat or a wetter environment for those. But that probably explained why the plants we had here weren't really thriving. And so with lots of muscle and help, we've kind of mapped out where this rubber mat was and got that removed early this spring.
Wow.
And so now we've replanted some of the things that we lost.
And that can happen at home, right?
Exactly.
You
It's
just have
you
to,
don't really know what was there in your yard at home.
And funny that you guys ended up finding that and just didn't continue to plant and wonder why this section is not working so well. So sometimes you just got to dig it up and see what's underneath there.
Right. And not be afraid to try something new. I think we were thought, well, maybe this plant isn't the right, is well suited, but I think we're
not getting discouraged and giving up. That's huge. And what do they say? The 3-year plan when you're putting in perennials, the first year, sleep. The first year it's sleep. Then it creeps.
And then it leaps. And
there
it
we
leaps. And so you can see, it's kind of a real world demonstration here. We have these have been then planted this year. We replanted our orange butterfly weed. We've replanted some prairie coreopsis. We have some nodding onion that just went in a couple weeks ago. And I think, and then as we saw earlier, the section is already leaping there
definitely.
after that 3 years.
So when people come here, the goal is for them to see these plants, see how they behave and perform here, and then get inspired and
Yeah, absolutely. And I think to try to showcase what native plants can look like in a home landscape. We're not trying to recreate a prairie here, but we're trying to recreate a pleasant garden that you might have at your home.
And you hear some people say they buy tropicals or they buy non-natives because they're prettier or they're flashier. But this is a really great way to show we have color. Like our native plants do have a lot of color and they're beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, that's a good question.
I always ask, and every gardener struggles with this.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying, the different times of the year I like different things.
Yes.
We added some, they're not blooming now, but we have some Virginia bluebells that are lovely in the very early spring. I think that those foxglove are looking really lovely right now.
And just like we talked about in the children's garden, each week when you come, you're going to get a different show. You're going to get a different
Exactly.
experience.
Yeah, right.
So wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm really hopeful for our new guys to thrive this year.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah,
thank
so
you
you
so
should. Yeah, and you should come back and see
And
them
we
when
will.
it
We
is.
try to keep our summer shows on the road. So we'll definitely have
Yeah.
to pop back in when everything is in bloom. Thank you so much for showing us around and
You're
talking to
welcome.
us about the importance of native plants in Illinois. Thank you. And look who I just caught up with, the busiest guy in Extension. Ryan Pancaw is here with us now. So, wow, this place is always just in greatest shape. Like, isn't this a great time of year?
Oh, it's one of the most beautiful months in the Idea Garden. I mean,
Yes.
in all gardens, June is just the cream of the crop in Illinois. It's not
Absolutely.
super hot yet. Plants are coming up. We have flowers.
We don't have corn sweat happening yet, right?
No corn sweat.
So you guys have a big event coming up.
We
Let's
do.
talk a little bit about the garden walk.
Sure. This is our biggest event we plan in Champaign County. We plan it for the third weekend in June, like the nicest weekend. Usually, we've got rain a few years, but yeah, it's the garden walk, and it starts here at the Idea Garden. This is kind of our home base.
Fitting.
Where we have a large vendor fair out here with all kinds of plants and garden decor and just about anything you can think of. Last year we had folks with local products, things made from locally from native plants and other things, actual food that you could eat. So there's just a huge variety every year of new vendors and things going on here, but really the day is about, education in the garden and seeing some cool ideas that you can bring home to your own space. So the Idea Garden is kind of the home base, but we have private gardens all around Champaign-Urbana
Really cool.
that folks can tour. And we usually also involve another public space, another public garden. So this year that'll be the Red Oak Rain Garden, which is just
Ooh.
right over yonder on campus.
Okay.
And a really unique rain garden that has solved a drainage issue on campus. There were some sidewalks that were flooding, so folks
Look
put in
at
a rain
gardening,
garden.
problem solving.
So, and anyway, it's a good one. It's all native, almost entirely native. There's some non-native plants in there, but if you're interested in native plants and rain gardens and how they function, that's a cool one to go check out.
Now, if someone has never been to a garden walk and they're thinking to themselves, what is this all about? Explain the day. What is the point of the garden walk?
Sure. Well, the point is to get to actually talk with the gardeners that do these wonderful gardens. So when you sign up, you can purchase tickets online. You can buy them ahead of time. You can buy them the day of. You get a little booklet that's a map of all the gardens, and then it's really kind of a self-guided tour from garden to garden. But when you get to the homes, the private homes, you'll get to talk to the homeowner, the person that's planted all these great plants. We have master gardeners along the way at all the different spots that also can answer your questions. But again, the idea is to see plants in place in the garden and get an idea that you can take home or just admire and appreciate those really beautiful landscapes and plants that we can
Honestly, that
showcase.
sounds like a really cool day, especially starting here and being able to buy some local fare and talking to master gardeners and talking to the homeowners who are actually working with these, who planted them and can say, oh, no, that's not right where you want to put it. Maybe move it a little bit to the right or left. That's invaluable information to get from someone, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we usually try and have a nice variety of, shade and sun gardens and different locations and settings. And there's just, you really see a lot if you come out for the day. We feature about 8 private gardens, and I think it's hard for me to make it from garden to every garden in a day. So it can really be a full day. If you're tired and you want to cut out at whatever time, that's the nice thing about it. It's really, it's open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is how long the event runs. So.
Wow. Okay, so we've got the information so you can see that, and if you're up for it, and like you said, you don't have to go to every stop. But just maybe if there's some things you want to pop in and see and dream about in your own. See, it would be dangerous for a person like me because I would want everything, taking notes on what that plan is. So if you're a gardener, garden walk is a perfect way to spend your day. Grab a friend maybe.
Yep, come on out.
Come on out. All right, thank you so much. We'll let you go because I know you're a busy man and got busy things to do.
All right, thanks so much, Tanisha.
Gorgeous.
This is a gorgeous
the prettiest
plant.
color purple ever. I
It's a
wonder
beautiful
what is
purple.
this thing
I
called?
have no idea what that is.
It's clematis.
Hey,
Hello,
it's Tanisha
ladies.
Fain from MidAmerican Gardener, everybody.
The one and only.
Fancy meeting you here. So now that we've all finished our work, did you guys have fun at the Idea Garden?
The
Yes.
best time ever.
It's one of my
Yes.
favorite places to be.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
springtime obviously is the perfect time to be out here.
Yes.
It's just stunning right now.
It is, and this is the greatest time of year because we get to get out of the studio.
That's right.
And
Yes.
go and tour places
The
like
smells.
this in the sunshine.
And the smells.
So good. We've got roses right here, right?
Mhm.
So that's what I'm smelling.
Like,
Yeah.
is this my real job?
Yes.
You know, that's the best part about
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah,
All
we
of
are
this,
pretty
yes.
lucky to do what we
We
do.
really
don't we?
are.
For sure. Yeah. Especially on days like this.
And days like this, and you meet a lot of people when you're out
Oh my
doing
gosh.
things like this. I mean, you were having a conversation with a woman earlier when we came in about the show.
Oh,
What is like your favorite part about it, and what do you know is important about having a show like this?
Ooh, good one. So we talk a lot about pollinators and
Yeah.
native plants. That's been a huge push
Huge,
in Illinois.
yes.
And so I love that we are part of that educational component. You know, being tied in with the
Yes.
university, we
Yeah,
get that education
right.
in there. So I love that we're able to teach people what to grow, when to grow it, where to put it. And like you said, the viewers that we meet when we're out in public, that lady that I was talking to earlier, she brought her dog.
She brought her dog.
So I approached
cute.
her, but she was like, I watch the show every week
Yes.
and I get ideas about what to do at my house. And she talked about going to get free seeds from the library and things that we
Yes.
literally talk
Totally.
about.
Yeah.
So that's when I get the chills.
Yeah.
Because I'm
You're our
like,
local celebrity.
we're doing
You're doing
it.
good.
We're doing the
You and
work.
the team. We're doing
Yeah.
the work.
It's
Yes.
so helpful for people, especially like me, who I know nothing about gardening, and I just
Right.
depend on you and the Master
Absolutely.
Gardeners and Extension so much for advice on, because I want to do a pollinator garden. I've been talking about that for like
Yes,
3 years.
you
I'm actually
do.
doing
You
it right
really
now.
do. Yes.
But that's where I get all of my advice from, and like, here's what you should plant. Here's how you should
Yes.
plant it. It's a great resource
It really
for
is.
this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And free for all of you.
And-
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
it is not free for some, but you know, it's the support from all of you out there that truly makes everything we do at WLL so important. But especially this show. I mean, we have a lot of educational programs out there, our AM/FM radio, all the
Yes.
children's stuff. I mean, there's just so much that we try to give out to the community, and we do in return sometimes ask for gifts of support. And we are coming at the end of our fiscal year,
We are.
so you'll be hearing from us a little bit this week. But if you are in a place to give, and we know not everybody's is, and that's okay, we're still here for you. 217-244-9455, or you can go online to willgive.org.
And end of fiscal year coming up, and we still do have $350,000 left to raise to fill that gap that the federal defunding left us with, that $1.5 million budget deficit. $350,000 before the end of June. We have a couple of weeks to do this. You guys can help us reach that goal, and you're supporting programming for next year. That's programming for you, for your family, and for the entire viewing audience. You know, these stations go all throughout Illinois, and we have, you know, a big effect and a big impact on the state and everybody in it.
Oh, yes.
And
Oh,
especially
yes.
this program. So
This program, I also work on Prairie Fire.
Yes, State
Prairie
of
Fire.
State of
Change.
Change.
Yes.
So there are so many local programs in the community that are just so important to what we do here, and your support helps us continue to be able to do that. So
we hope you make a donation today, 217-244-9455, or go online to willgive.org. Thank you so much.
yes. Well, thank you, ladies, for coming out and
This
hanging
was
out with
fun.
us
This
in the
was so
garden.
fun.
I like when
loved
we
it.
can get out and mix it up a little
Yeah.
bit. so
Always. Yes.
Fun. Let's do this again next year.
Yeah.
Let's.
Same time, next June. Let's go.
And thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode and got some ideas for your at-home garden. If you'd like to ask us some questions, you can send an email into yourgarden@gmail.com or search for us on socials, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Good night.